Oh, I'm gonna have to edit this. Wow. But it's an audience of one. We will see. What is that? Oh, there's one person. Listen, you're probably, it's an audience of one. You're probably not the person. But since everybody decided, well, since somebody decided we would do something public and the world just has, a lot to say about it. And I really didn't script anything. I've been thinking about it a long time, for a while now. But it's an audience of one. String of listen, this is. I'll let you ask. I'm only gonna be on here for a short while. I do these things live. Most of you want to hear stuff about the Metro Mall, but this is not about the Metro Mall. This is about you. Guess who? Guess who this is about? Guess who this is about? Guess who wanted to do something live and make posts? And guess who this is about? This is about Kennifer. Always the Kennifer. So if you don't want to hear about Kennifer, and it's really an audience of one. This video is it's just for Kennifer. It's just public. And so and let me make my statement, and then if you want to talk about the Metro Mall or some other crap, we'll do that. So, how you doing, internet? How you doing, Kennifer? How you doing? The internet seems to think that the goal is to be with you, and maybe before it was, definitely, it was. And I know I sent you something, before you started doing these public posts. Child in the back, dual rooftop, because my Mini Coopers have a dual roof. Digging a scene, Phyllis a ring, Kennifer on the passenger side of my ride. It's a nice thought. It's a nice thought. I will forever be interested in you. I just love the way you look, so I'll probably be forever attracted to you. But being with you is not really the goal. I want to talk to you. I'd love to see you though. But I really want to talk to you. I'm in need of some motivation, and you were the only woman that ever motivated me to do anything. And I don't even want to cover old ground, because it's all been said before. But really, honey, your choice of language, begging, no, begging is desperate. I'm not desperate to talk to you. I love to talk to you. I would be remiss if I didn't try to make it happen. If you don't know, wish, want, will. If you wish for something, you're never really going to do anything about it. Will is a declaration. I'm absolutely going to make it happen. And want, you just, you're trying to make it happen. That's where I'm at with this. I want to talk to you, but if you don't want to talk to me, then, there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm not desperate. I'm in need of some motivation. And I'd like to know who you are at 40, 41. You're not the same person as you were at 28. I'm not the same person. And I told you that the pimps, stuff that I learned from pimps killed you as the object of desire. You're just Kennifer. That's what you are. You're just Kennifer. Nothing more, nothing less. I still hold you in high regard. That means I respect you, which is different than being respectful, because I knew when I started posting those videos that you probably wouldn't like it. But I was like, okay. I was a little indifferent. And I did it anyway because of what you had been posting that originally I didn't think was about me, which is, why I sent you some other things in the DMs, and it took me a minute to realize that you were actually talking to me. And there's another thing that concerns me, like you posted, like some people have a way of making people look bad on the internet. Like, why would you care what people on the internet think of you? They don't know you from a hole in the wall. They don't know me from a hole in the wall. Why does the validation or of strangers mean anything to you, or strangers saying bad things about you who have no idea who you are? They don't know you. They don't know me. So why would you care? Because I certainly don't. That commentary means nothing. No one commentary means anything to me, especially when it comes to you. The only person that I'm going to listen to is you. Now, if you don't want me to talk to you, or you don't want to talk to me, just send me a DM and say, hey, Darren, I don't want to talk to you. Don't make a post alluding to it where I got to maybe kind of figure it out. Put it in the DM, says, Darren, I don't want to talk to you, brother. I don't want to talk to you. And I can accept that. And then that can kind of be the end of it. But you don't have to send it to me. You're going to have to send it to me. You have to put it in the DM and say, Darren, I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to send you this video, and I'm going to give you a time to where you should start. Darren, I don't want to talk to you. Send it to me in the DM, and then it can be done. It can be done. As far as the internet thinks of me stalking you, the internet doesn't know that I still have your telephone number in my phone. I wouldn't know why you would change it. But Jesus, I haven't called you, have I? I don't necessarily know where you work. I'm not looking for you. Hell, I'm not. I was home over Christmas. I didn't try to contact you when I was there. And now I'm back out of state. I'm supposed to be working, but ain't no money right now, which is distressing because I was $15,000 down last year, which I just talked to somebody, said he was $10,000 down, and other people were $40,000 and $50,000 down, and but $15,000 down affects my maintenance on my vehicles, which but I digress. So, Jennifer, audience of one. Don't care about what people say about you on the internet. I've never tried to make you look bad on the internet. Those videos are just what they are. It's just what transpired. And if people feel have an opinion about it, the opinion shouldn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to me. Never has. Right? I only answer comments trying to set the record straight. My time on the internet is show me that it's very hard to change people's opinion once they have it, and so why even bother? So there's that, because the internet thinks that I should stop talking to you, and screw the internet. Come and do what I want. I got 13 to 18 more years on this planet, and I am going to do what I want to do, as long as it's legal, and because I'm not spending any days in prison. And that's that, man. I would be remiss if I didn't try to get, I want to talk to you and I didn't try. Listen, I'm not desperate for it, honey. I'm not begging. It's just something, I'm goal orientated. And the goal is to talk to you. I want to talk to you. That's the goal. If I can get you to do it, fine. I'm not trying to persuade you to do it. I'm not begging you for it. I would just like to talk to you. Okay. All right, internet. Now I got time for you. So what do you want to talk about, internet? Why am I so rude? Matt Wall, you know what? There's an interesting thing that I heard on the internet. Now, he was talking about women, and he said, listen, you be who you are. Well, let me give you my take on it. I would always, if I met a woman, I would tell her to be who you are, because I'm going to be who I am. And if we can deal with each other, then if we can deal with each other now, we can deal with each other later. That means I'm not giving you, I'm not putting my best foot forward. I'm not putting on a facade. You're not meeting a representative. You're meeting me. For an example, people called me a simp when I was dealing with Jennifer in those videos. What they were really trying to say is that, man, what is the word? Starts with an A. I was too accommodating. And I agree that I was a little too accommodating. Jennifer really didn't meet all of who I was, and I'm not even the same person entirely. So she didn't meet all of who I was because I was too accommodating. I'm more me now than I was then. And even then I've changed. But the guy on the internet, Matt Walsh, said this: be who you are, and you will filter out the people who are not supposed to be in your life. Correct language brings instant clarity, Matt Wall. I don't think I'm rude, but I'm going to be who I am, and if you can't deal with it, I mean, there's nothing I can. I don't even know if I can tone it down a bit. You know, I've been casually belligerent. My language is kind of aggressive, casually. I don't always mean what I say with the intensity of how it's said. I'm not always sure how it's being taken. Someone from the South had told me that once, that you say things that are, basically he said, you say things that are so aggressive that people find so offensive that it turns them off, and then you'll turn around and maybe ask them for something because it means nothing to you. And that's actually kind of true. I don't be thinking about it. I mean, if I think you're stupid, I tell you that you're stupid. That's stupid. And, you know, and people find, you know, you calling them stupid offensive. People call me stupid, and I'm like, okay, well, what are you talking about? And we could have a discussion. Nah, that's stupid. I got into an argument with my brother-in-law about money, and I just kept telling him that's stupid. He's worried about losing 4%, and I'm talking about the money's making money. You know, why would you spend money? Why are you worried about that 4%? You're not working for that money. The money's working for the money. But I digress. Next question. Jennifer is not out of my league, Tony. See, I think you get conflated or get confused. Like, you know, most, you know, and I think I was that way then. You know, the object was to get Jennifer. So back then, the object was to get Jennifer. I want Jennifer in my life. I'm trying to get Jennifer. Irrespective of anything else. Wait, I didn't bring another phone. Without consideration for anything else. In that, I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. So, she's not out of my league. And the thing that interests me about Jennifer more than what she looks like, I love the way she looks like, but there's other women that I love the way they look that I don't. I'm not trying to talk to them. I may look on their Facebook page and see what they're doing, but I don't try to engage them because I'm not interested in it. So I just find them very attractive, but I'm not trying to engage them. So I don't. No one's out of my league. Halle Berry isn't out of my league. We're not in the same financial bracket, but no woman is out of my league. I don't know where you get that from. So have some confidence in yourself. I don't know what you're talking about. Why would you feel bad for me, Jimmy? Oh, the whole... I don't even know who you are. And maybe she works there, maybe she doesn't. Maybe that's old, maybe it's not. It doesn't make any difference. Because the internet seems to think that I'm a stalker. Like I'm going to pop up out of the bushes and, hey, now you're going to talk to me. Or I'm going to call her on the phone, or I'm going to go to her. I'm doing none of that. Jennifer knows I'm doing none of that. So, I mean, the only way that Jennifer, I'm going to end up talking to Jennifer or seeing Jennifer is Jennifer invites me. She doesn't invite me, I will not see her. I will not talk to her because she didn't invite me to do it. And that's the end of that. Do I miss talking to people like Terry? No. Almost every woman is out of my league. Yeah, this is the kind of stupid commentary I get from people in my in my comment section. So I don't ever take any of you seriously. Okay. I don't know what you want me to do with that. She's a lab tech there. I don't know. She would have to tell me what you say means nothing. Red probably so. Why would you even say? Why would you even? No, I don't talk to anybody. Why would I talk to Santana? I didn't talk to Santana when I was there. The mall has been closed for a number of years, sir. It closed a number of years after I left it. Listen, I'll never pick a woman because of what she looks like. Never. You'll never get me to do that. You'll pass my message on. Ain't nothing but space and opportunity. I had a situation where you might have been able to call me a Karen last year, and I said I would just tell the management at this particular property. This guy tried to, because I said something to his son, but I didn't know it was his son. It was like dusk, and his son was a teeny bopper, an older teeny bopper, and I guess his son said something to his father. And the father, did you say something to my son? I said, yeah, I said something to your son. You're parking here, such and such. Other people that live here can't park because people like you take up these spaces so y'all can do X, Y, and Z. And there's a sign there, but I'm gonna tell management to really just start enforcing it. And he wanted to go back and forth. And then he said something like he threatened me somehow. I can't remember the exact words he said. And so he said the wrong thing to me, and so that's what I told him. You ready to go? And I think he threatened to shoot me, or he alluded to, I don't think he said shoot, but he alluded that he had a firearm. And there ain't no but space and opportunity. Get out the truck. Right? You ready to go? Let's go. And then he tried to get me to walk over there, and I just left. I mean, there's some stuff that happened in between. Like, I didn't know that was your son, sir. But such and such, such and such. Okay, but I didn't know that was your son. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay, dude, you're not really about this. So we've come to an impasse, and I'm going to leave. And then he said something that I felt threatened me, and so I told him something about space and opportunity problem. It's been long enough. I can't really remember the details like that. And he just kept running his mouth talking about come over to the truck. I think in hindsight he was trying to film me because he thought he had a kid. And I just left because I told him you ain't about that life. So, and so I'm gonna leave now because you talking about shooting me over this, and he didn't really know who he was dealing with. And if he'd have got out that truck, he would have got everything that he was looking for and some more. But I'm thankful that he didn't get out the truck, that, no one had to really go there. It was really unnecessary. And so I'm good with those results, that nothing really happened. And so I don't have to fight a legal battle on why this guy is not around or why this guy got hurt. And yeah, I'm taking it for granted that I would win when there's always a possibility that you could lose. But I don't have to explain myself to anybody, so I'm thankful. But anyway, so okay, what we got going on? Listen, when I talk, I close my eyes because I think. Okay, so what we got going on? I don't think Denzel Washington. I don't know. I don't know if she's ever been a real estate agent. I think you're looking up stuff online. Uh, I think if you get a little more money in your pocket, you can polish yourself up a little bit more. I don't think she looks any better or worse than she did before. Uh, she looks the same to me. I've always liked the way she looked, but I always thought more of who she was. But I don't know who she is now. And it's conceivable that I can meet her and talk to her and like, oh, yeah, she's not. She doesn't motivate me anymore. Or no, I'm thinking about something different. I'm going somewhere different, and maybe I can't even talk to her because the goal is not to be with her. That's not the goal. The goal is just to talk to her. So, some things are a nice thought, but you can't. I've been guilty of trying to turn yesterday into tomorrow, but you can't recreate what is yet to be created. So that's a couple of songs right there. Trying to turn yesterday into tomorrow. Yesterday I can't bring you with me. That's from Love Jones. I think the name of the record is Hopeless. And then that you can't recreate what has yet to be created. That's from the Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believes. And so there is no yesterday between me and Kennifer. Because it was I can't recreate what was never created. So, but when I talk about trying to turn yesterday into today, when I told her that, it was in reference to maybe something. I didn't know she was talking to me, but I've been guilty of it, but it's not her, not with her. But anyway, I digress. Who's got what to say? Let me scroll through these. God damn. Fred Anthony rap always getting locked up, but I have no info. I don't know, Snot Travels. I don't keep up with any of these people, right? I don't. I mean, there's no point to it. You remind me of I remind you of your uncle's name was Tom. Well, the crazy thing about it is you show your ignorance because to insult me, you should have said I reminded you of Sambo. But you're so stupid and so poorly educated that you said Uncle Tom. And it's strange that you're this stupid and uneducated. Because somebody said something interesting that for the most part in the world today, we're walking around with the sum of human knowledge. I don't think he said the entire sum. I don't think it's the sum of human knowledge in its entirety. But the sum of human wisdom and knowledge in the palm of your fucking hand. You're probably watching me on that device right now, and yet you're so stupid. Sambo, sir, not Uncle Tom. Know the difference between the two. You're a fucking idiot. See? And I'm not even mad. I'm casually belligerent. I'm setting the record straight, and your commentary means nothing to me. You got a cell phone, you got Google, you got DuckGo, you got Yahoo, you got search engines for like everything in the world. I don't know why you walking around still stupid. So no update on the Smith brothers. You'll have to do all that by yourself. Somebody else is knocking the lining out of that. Once again, I expect nothing less of this audience but to say, really stupid things like that to me. Like, I wouldn't care. Like, it means nothing to me. Right? I mean, you're talking about a guy who has an attraction to rather significant attraction to Corinne Steffens. I think she calls herself Elizabeth Overlook. You know, I'm not overly attracted to Brittany Renner, but maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to talk to Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner would never talk to me. Neither would Corinne Steffens. But I'm just saying. I mean, these women's sexual histories are kind of known on the internet, and if I liked them enough, I wouldn't care. And I wouldn't care what you thought of it. Your opinion really doesn't matter. I don't even know how much I can stress that. And your ability, you're trying to insult me like I'm having sex with Jennifer. I don't know if you're having sex with Jennifer. I doubt it. But even if you were, I wouldn't care. It's not my business. She's a grown woman. She'll do what she wants to do. All right, so let me start going through some of these comments. 10-year security professional here. Been watching your videos, and I was a Greenhorn State Sub. Much love. Rest in peace, Red. Somebody said they had saw him on a train recently. No, I don't talk to the Smiths. I mean, the Smiths made a comment on Instagram. I returned their comment, and then they don't return anything, which is, kind of usual. Made a comment to their comment. There's a video for Liquorville that I'm looking for that I just can't find, where I got 3 or 4 drug dealers arguing over like the proceeds of some drugs that they sold and who gets what percentage. I just can't find that video. I mean, it was the most craziest thing that I ever seen, because I'm just standing there filming them having this damn discussion about, this cocaine that they sold. I'm like, are these people serious? And I had my suspicions about Liquorville. The biggest day in Detroit, Michigan is opening day for the Tigers. And that place burnt down before opening day. And I was definitely going to be there opening day. I find that odd, because people have figured out who I was by then. So, and Detroit is it can get crazy. Listen, those dudes weren't the dudes. There's far more reckless people than those people down there. Now, a couple of people got shot at, and downtown. Danny Marshall shot somebody downtown, and he caught 30 years. Well, he caught life without the possibility of parole. And I think in Georgia, you have to serve at least 30 years. And he was about 30 years of age. I was always concerned for my safety, but I don't know if I was ever scared. But I was always concerned. And I tell people all the time, bullets go both ways. They just do. People say that the youngins of today would not let you get away with that. The youngins of today ain't no more dangerous than the youngins of yesterday, or the ones before them, or the ones before them. You think the youngins of today are more dangerous than the youngins of the crack era? They're not. Reckless people will be reckless. The only thing that's changed is you. You have changed. You have slowed down. You've changed your perspective. You've had some life experiences, and you've decided some things are of no value. And there's a song, I don't know the name of the song. The group is the THE. And the guy was talking about, it was those people that made you scared and old. It was those people. And he was talking about young people who made you scared and old. You're old. You got older. It happens. Right? So, those guys weren't the guys. The youngest of the day ain't no more reckless than youngest of another time period. It's just that you changed, you got older, and your value system is different than it was when you were younger. And not to say that you were reckless, but you're older, you're slower, and you just, you just don't feel like being bothered. And you can see a broader picture than they can. They're too stuck in the moment, and they're not fully developed. Their thought process. They're not looking at the consequences. I mean, they know of them, but I don't think they fully understand them. You shoot somebody, they have no concept of what 25 years is because they haven't even lived 25 years. And if they're 20 when they do this, they may remember back to when they were 10. And so they've only been alive for 10 years. And so they have no concept of what 25 or 30 years is. Not really. Not till that door closes. And like Ali Sadiq said, they go up under the blanket having to contemplate the time that they have to do without really, really understanding how long that is. But I digress. What's going on, 20 TV? The Metro Mall closed. This guy, look at this guy. I don't know. I don't understand that, Donnie. Do I miss the Metro Mall? No. You guys are all in the comments. Hold on. Let me. When you moved to Detroit, you never moved back to Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. Unfortunately, I don't work in Atlanta. And I don't move to Detroit either. I rarely go to Detroit. I'm in the Midwest, though. I'm in Indiana, Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan. Did I say Ohio? Yeah. So, I don't know why you mentioned Detroit. I don't scam. No, the mall is not open. I think Kennifer is I think she's solid. We'll just leave it at that. I think she's solid. I would not, so my friend Casey says that I'm obsessive when it comes to Kennifer, because how many years later we're still talking about Kennifer? Obsessive is to be preoccupied. I'm not preoccupied with Kennifer. I'm preoccupied with something else. It would have been a fair statement to say way back when that I was obsessive. I wouldn't be focused if I didn't think this person was valuable. If they're worth touching, they're worth keeping. If you don't want to keep them, don't touch them. I mean, that's just one of my philosophies. I don't know where that came from, why that came out of my mouth at this particular time. She motivated me, I can tell you that. She motivated me. I wanted to prove to her that I was a viable candidate, like that she should take me into consideration. It's not a goal of mine now. I mean, I've sent her what I've made in the last few years every year. Just to show her that you're kind of responsible for me being able to do this right now. And it's not a whole lot of money. but it's significantly better than what I was doing. And it's a poor metric, but you got, say you got one vehicle, I got 5. They're not expensive vehicles, but they're damn expensive to maintain. Goddamn Mini Coopers cost a lot to maintain. You brought one $40,000 vehicle. I brought 4 $10,000 vehicles, but then I could put $10,000 into each one of them in a year. It's just ridiculous, just fucking stupid. So I don't know. It's a poor metric. Only rich people aren't impressed by cars. Who is this No Limit Kells? Listen, I don't even know where you get this from. Who are you? And, Kennifer can just put whatever you saying Kennifer can put in the DM. She can just DM me, and this whole public thing was her idea. It wasn't mine. I'm no fan of it. Kennifer knows how to reach me. I'm not even sure you know her. So Kennifer wants to reach me. She can DM me. I don't think she has my telephone number anymore. I got her telephone number, but I won't call her, providing that number is still the same, unless she invites me to. She has to tell me. You can't tell me. She has to tell me. She can send me an email, Instagram, whatever. However she chooses to contact me. But it has to come from her. Can't come from you. I never worked for Amazon. Well, I worked for Amazon for 2 days, dog. How is my mom? My mom has dementia. I'm probably going to go see my mom this weekend. So the access to weapons has changed. You're correct about that, Jam Joe. So they have more access. Legal access. But they're no more or less reckless than the people before them, than the generation before them. And I would argue, well, you're right. They have more access to weapons. People that normally wouldn't have been able to get them can now get them. And then because they don't have any emotional control, and they cannot foresee the future, and they're so caught up in this little bit of nothing, this inconvenience, this disrespect, or somebody being disrespectful to them, that they can't say what they need to say and walk away and realize that it don't really mean nothing. You've been inconvenienced, somebody's been disrespectful to you. Guess what? There's a lot of selfish people in this world, and they're all disrespectful. The biggest disrespectful to me on the road, white women. Can't stand them. Hate them. Want to hit them with a fucking hammer. Every single day I'm on the road, they will not get out the way. I hate them to death. It's an inconvenience. It just, a lot of things going on. A lot of it means nothing. A lot of it is it's just nothing. Hey, Darren, why such and such go to prison? You know why they went to prison? No, I don't know why. Oh, something stupid. It's always something stupid, something meaningless, always something meaningless. It don't make no difference what it was. If he didn't go to prison protecting somebody in his family for something that was imminent, or himself or herself for something that was imminent, it was going to happen, it was always something stupid. Always. Yeah, man, they took my last $5, or they took this, they did that, they called me a bitch, they was fucking my baby mama, or yeah, dude, they was fucking your baby mama, you fucked your baby mama, now you can't fuck your baby mama, somebody else is fucking your baby mama. The real problem is that she's your baby's mama. That's the real problem, right? You shouldn't have fucked the baby mama. If you'd have fucked the mother of your child, know that there's a difference between the baby mama and the mother of my child. You probably wouldn't have this problem, but you just, I don't know what to tell you. Stop, don't go to prison over something stupid. Just don't do it. I have no other information for you. There's a lot of people in prison who say, man, if I could just do that differently. You broke into somebody's house, you got you hit a lick and you got $5,000, and maybe 6 months later you got caught for it. You could have got we got a job and made $5,000. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Just, do something different. Anyway, I digress. Let me go back. Whatever happened to the other light-skinned girl from your videos? What other light-skinned girl? Because I don't know what happened with anybody, right? I can tell you, that's false. I can tell you, I've always been attracted to Krishana, but not really interested in Krishana. Krishana's having another kid. I've talked to Nakia in prison. In fact, I sent Nakia $50 a month for a year, and maybe a couple of times I sent her $200, right? I did that for a year. And I always tried to give her good information. I don't think she was interested. One time she said, I don't want you to ever feel like I'm using you. And I had to tell her, you can't use me, honey. I'm doing what I want to do. If I didn't want to do it, trust me, I wouldn't do it. And I think August of last year, I stopped sending her money because, again, I'm $15,000 down. And I don't think she was paying attention anyway. So, because I kept trying to feed her information. I kept telling her, this information that I'm trying to give you is way more valuable than this $50 a month. You keep worried about this $50 a month, and I know it means a lot to you, but I'm telling you this information I'm trying to give you, the things that I'm trying to get you to do for yourself, much more valuable than that $50. But I'm not even sure she entirely heard me. And then there's, I only met her once downtown, and I think I saw her once in 2014. I'm not even going to mention her name. But she moved to another state. Either she said she was married, they legally got married, or, some people say they married and they not. They just shacking up, they living together. But I think that guy went to prison. And she's complaining about struggling, taking care of her children. And then there's another one, and she's aspirational. Every post is aspirational this year, and I'm like, and I tried to give her some information in her DMs too, but I don't think she paid attention, so I just stopped, right? So mostly what I try to do is send people information. People who know me know that I'll send them a text in the middle of the night about something I saw, or some portion of a short or video that kind of added to my perspective. I do that all the time. And I don't care, you don't have to respond. They usually don't respond to my texts. Either they watch it, they don't. It doesn't make me any difference. I'm just trying to give you some information. If you can pick it up, if you can use it, pick it up, take it with you. If not, leave it where you found it. and let it go, right? Because it serves you no purpose. And so, but Jennifer is the only one that I really try to engage beyond just sending them information, trying to add to their perspective. And then if they talk to me, they just, you know what they usually do? They just block me. I mean, like Pinky, she blocked me, and I said, "Well, what are you going to do after you get too old? Because she's a dancer, and oh, that woman's got a physique on her. Uh, you got to develop some other skill. You should probably start developing it now because you can't do that forever." I guess she didn't like what I said to her, so she blocked me. So okay, and then Krishana blocked me because she made a video with her kid, and I sent her like a DM saying, "Hey man, your kid looked real excited. You unboxing this toy. You might want to get LumaFusion and edit these videos because if you can have a real good kids channel, it can be fairly lucrative." And she just went off like, "Why are you talking about my kid and such and such?" And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ. She ain't changed since she was 22. And then she blocked me. So, and I'm just trying to inform them. Jennifer's the only one that I engage differently. Just Jennifer. No one else. And be honest with you, I'm not really all that interested in women right now anyway. I got 13 to 18 more years on this planet. I'm going to try to do pretty much what I want to do while I'm trying to survive. And so if I'm pretty much just not interested in women, but the only woman I'm interested in is Jennifer, then, like I said, I may not even I could talk to her and it may mean nothing. It may mean nothing at all. But I do want to talk to her. I just do. And I would be remiss if I just didn't try to make it happen. So I digress. No limit Kells. Like, dude, you're telling me all the stuff that I can find on the net. Right? No, I won't call her. No. No. God, I suck. I don't need any counseling, Michael Ellis. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm 57 years old, sir. And you need counseling. I'm fine. Look at this. Look at the commentary. Thirsty for a crackhead. What makes you think she's a crackhead? Jennifer does not look like me. I will. I can't check my DMs while I'm on this call, and I didn't bring another one of my devices because I got 5 cell phones. No, 6. That one. Yeah, I got 6 cell phones, but only 1, 2, 3, 4 of them active. Then the iPad, all the iPads, 6. Okay, so I'll check my DMs. I ain't checking them now. Do I wish that I never met her? I met her when I was trying to meet women. And no, she was the only woman that ever motivated me to do more, It's almost like Bobby Caldwell. What you won't do, you'll do for love. Basically what he's saying is what you won't do for yourself, you'll do for somebody else. And so it's things that I need to do, but I'm unmotivated to do. And she may not be able to motivate me. But then again, maybe she might. Who knows? But then I seen some woman the other day. I wonder if she actually lives there. Now that was her daughter. Her daughter had to be in her 30s or late 20s. Nope, no. But she didn't look that bad. Uh, but who knows? Maybe if I see her again, I'll say something. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Anybody talks with their eyes closed is thinking. Uh, I'm not looking. You so damn. Don't you think you have found another woman that actually liked you? So what a pimp would tell you is I like to mess with the people that like me. I mess with the people that want to mess with me. I'm not trying to meet anybody. I'm not putting myself in situations where I will meet anybody. So I don't know how to answer that question. I'm not actively looking. When I met Kennifer, I was trying to meet women. I'm not trying to meet women. And I'm not. So I don't know what to tell you. If you want to know what Kennifer looks like now, all you got to do is go to my YouTube channel page and hit videos, and you'll see the last 3 videos that I posted. The thumbnail, that's Kennifer. What do you mean I'm living in my car? And which car am I living in? I got 5 of them. I got 5 vehicles, bro. Which one am I living in? 3 of them look not exactly the same, but 3 of them are the same make and model. And then another one is the same make, but not the same model. And then the other one's a van. You people say stupid shit. Kennifer did nothing of the sort, Mickey. Uh, would I date a white lady? No. No. Not that I don't find them attractive. I mean, there's one skinny white girl that works at a Myers. That is a pretty good looking woman. Not no, just no. I remember what happened to OJ and Tiger. No. No, I don't miss working at the mall. Dude, I'll always be interested in Kennifer. Why would I leave her in 2024? I will always be attracted to that woman. I will always be interested in that woman. It is what it is. It's whatever you choose to do with that interest. Up until recently, I chose really to do nothing with it. And now I just want to talk to her. So I don't know. Kennifer's 40, 41. I wouldn't call that a young girl. You miss all the shots you don't take. I mean, dude, that is an accurate assessment, man. Except I'm just not, you got to be interested. You really have to be interested. And I'm not overwhelmingly interested in anybody. I mean, except, not even Kennifer. I'm just interested, but not overwhelmingly interested. I just, I'm preoccupied with something else. I'm down $15,000. I got 99 problems. Kennifer ain't one. Kennifer could have 99 problems, and Darren ain't one. Uh, a woman ain't one. I got 99 problems. A woman ain't one. I mean, I just spent $1,500 fixing a coolant leak. I got to spend $3,000 fixing the supercharger. And that's indefinite. Because you can't rebuild that core. So he's got to find another core, and I got to contact him. Maybe this is the thing. So there's that, and then there's another car, and then I mean, dude, I was supposed to spend $30,000 on here on maintenance, in new car, in another car, and I'm $15,000 down. So I couldn't spend $30,000, and I can tell it too. I can just tell it. I can feel it. I hate it. Trying to get shit done. So that's a preoccupation of mine. So if you say I'm obsessed with anything, I'm obsessed with my cars. I'm obsessed with my vehicles because I work out in my vehicles. That's an obsession. And guess what? If you're talking to a woman and you're dealing with a woman, what are you going to do? You're going to what? Oh, you're going to spend money. You're going to spend money, and you're going to spend money on that woman. So just dealing with that woman, going out, doing this, doing that. And that's money that I could spend fixing my freaking cars, which is infinitely more important to me right now than a woman. Getting my cars fixed, making sure that they work right, putting the new suspension on the one that I'm in so I can take it out to the tail of the dragon and get at them and just get at it. And that's the suspension on this car, $3,000, the timing chain, $1,000, and Michelin Pilot 4S, another $1,000. So what, 3, 4, 5? And we'll say about $6,000. So, and she can't have, no woman can have any of that $6,000. But I learned a lot of things from pimps, but I'm not into usury. I'm not asking a woman to pay for anything. If I invite her out, I should be the one paying. She's enhancing my evening. And she's rolling with me. She's going where I'm going. And she don't want to go where I'm going, then I guess she ain't going. I don't know what to tell her. So, no. I mean, we talking about it. Anybody got any questions about the Metro Mall? Did you see Beyonce Bowl? Yeah, I didn't like it. The Metro Mall is not my whole life. It's just, you know what? Like I said, this whole video had an audience of one. Just kind of, everything else that I do after that is just, whatever. I don't really care. So look, god damn. I need my, no, David Harrell, I never ran into him after that. I mean, even after that incident later that day, I saw him in the underground garage. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, he just felt like his wife didn't even feel like I disrespected her. So, there are no videos, Rio, when people put me in my place. I'm sorry, Rio. I know you people I got a lot of video. I don't know if it's all interesting. Some of it could be, some of it might not be. What? Well, doing security in Atlanta actually ended up paying me more than doing security in Detroit because of this channel. But I don't like the Midwest. I'm in the Midwest, but I don't like it. No, I wouldn't. Drew, do, Dev. I wouldn't go back working at the mall if I was still there. I don't know where Rick's at. Why? What makes you think I keep up with these people? I mean, I looked at some women that I was attracted to. Pinky, Joanna, Krishana. I used to look at Lakeisha. Just women, if I found them on Facebook, which doesn't necessarily mean I found them on Instagram, and I know things have changed, but I just don't go looking for them like that. To see what they were doing, and just women that I was attracted to. I don't keep up with no men. I don't no interest. And even those women that I was attracted to, like I said, the only one I would ever engage is Kennifer. So, why did I stop working? I work. I don't get the question. I work now, so I don't understand. Not that one. Maybe this one. Not that one. Yeah, that's not really good either. Yeah, okay. Real. I have no game. You know what, Real? So when I started listening to the Pimps a few years ago, actually, 2017, 18, 19, stuff like that, I was looking for that presentation, that thing that I didn't have. I didn't have a good presentation. And I kind of knew it. And so, okay, so I don't have a good presentation. But game is when you're trying to acquire something. I look at that like there's good game, where there's good information, good knowledge, and then there's game, you're trying to manipulate a situation, right? And trying to achieve a goal by manipulation, because you're not really showing who you are, right? So no, if you in that terms and respect, I don't have a good game. I don't. Now can I inject some entertainment value into the conversation to spruce up the presentation without manipulation and share the information to give you elevation? Yeah, I can spice it up. It's not even necessary, but I can do it. And I can do it better than I just did it. I can make it sound really, really smooth. I picked that up, I carried it with me, and then I kind of set it down. Not what I was looking for. One of the things that I learned from Pimps is value. What do you value? I had never heard anybody speak about value in quite the way that I think it was. I only listened to two: Sinful to P, who's dead now, and Andre Gorgeous Dre Taylor, who's an ex-pimp, came from American Pimp. Because the things that they said resonated with me, and both of them really got it from the Bible. But some of the things that they said really resonated with me, and I needed some understanding. So I generally talk to women like I talk to men, and so I don't switch it up. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to try to switch it up. I'm just going to be who I am, and I'm going to filter out the people that don't belong in my life. If you can't deal with me, you can't deal with me. You're not interested, you're not interested. And you'll be filtered out from my life. Because you won't want to be around me. So that makes it easier. I'm 57 years old. What are you talking about, sir? Where is Rick from? Rick's from Atlanta. Iceberg Slims talks a lot about pimping. Andre Gorgeous Dre Taylor and Sinful to P really talk some about pimping, but they talked a lot about being, what it is to kind of what they thought was kind of be a man, and then maybe how to engage a woman in this way or that way. So some of the things they said I was able to pick up and carry with me. Most of the things that they said, especially when it pertained to that game, I just let them lay on the ground because it didn't pertain to me at all whatsoever. So, so, that, and then I learned something from a divorce attorney recently who said he never wanted to be famous. He didn't need the validation of strangers. Uh, I, you know, I learned something from, I don't know who he was. I don't know who he was. But a tendency and a habit, once it's realized that it's a tendency and a habit, then becomes a choice. So you got a bad habit or a bad tendency. Once you realize that it's no longer a tendency or a habit, is that you're making a choice. And then I go back to Yo Joe or G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. But that's perfect language right there. It brought instant clarity. A tendency or a habit, once realized, and if you're trying to change it, once realized, you're not at the beginning of trying to change that tendency or habit, you're at the end, because anything after that is a choice. You're making a choice to operate, to perpetuate. So you like to procrastinate. A lot of people like to scroll, which is why I put some of my videos on Instagram, so it will be in the scroll. And you don't want to scroll. You realize you have that tendency and habit. Every time you pick up that phone to scroll, you're making a choice. It's not a habit. You're making a choice. So that's something that you should consider. No, man, Marcel, I think I want to do something. I came up with this, I think earlier today. I just think I want to make videos about what I learned from the internet. What I learned, perfect language brings instant clarity, or good language brings instant clarity. I've been saying that for like at least 8 years. The correct language brings instant clarity. And I do think a lot of people on my channel kind of need that perspective just by what I read in the comment section. No, I don't still carry the mini Georgia code book. I don't need it. No, I wouldn't go back to the Metro Mall if it reopened. I don't know about how Fred's doing. Well, Travis, Brian, I'm not pimping. I'm not pimping. I've just learned some things from some pimps. And I mean actual pimps, not traffickers, not guerrilla, so-called pimps, guerrilla pimps. Not, just two in particular. Sinful to P, who is now dead. You can look up Sinful to P. He's got YouTube videos up. They're still up. And Andre Gorgeous Dre Taylor. Them two in particular. Because not everything that comes out of their mouth is pertaining to pimping. I've learned stuff from divorce attorneys. I've learned stuff from millionaires and billionaires and CEOs and AI programmers and random people on the net who said something that brought instant clarity and resonated immediately. So But the pimps resonate. Sometimes when the pimp says something, it has a stickiness factor to it. And that is a term. It has a stickiness factor to it. And so I'm just able to hold on to it better. So you can say the same thing 1,000 different ways, but one resonates with you and you can hold on to it. Because I guess it appeals to you. So I'm not really sure how to state that. I am not a hero. Do something, please do something else than security. I don't know, Tim Bobby Cummings. Man, if you don't get Bobby Cummings, that clown, man. Man, okay. Boy, you got jokes. Sounds like I want a pimp. So pimp is, no. It's not within me. It's not a thing that's within me. But there are things that you can learn from them. If you find the right one. The things that I should have probably learned earlier in life that I'm learning now. Things that I'm able to understand and apply. I mean, No, King V, I haven't spoken to Fred. I don't know. You need a podcast is topical. I don't know. So he says I'm broke. I own 5 vehicles. When I was working at the Metro Mall, I owned one and it didn't run. And so I was driving my mother's car. Jesus. Yeah, I find that funny, Dev. Like, I don't even take you seriously. Plus, you can't goat me to tell you how much money I made. Now, I've told Jennifer how much money I made. Not to impress her, but just to say, listen, I'm capable of making a living. I'm a viable candidate. Now, that's why I sent her that, not to impress her. And like, listen, if Jennifer ain't into me, yeah, I mean, I get it. Catch you without the taser. Yeah, you catch me without the taser. You can't catch me without a firearm. Well, the goal is not to get the girl, and I got all that information, because I wanted to learn how to talk to that one particular woman. You remember Sinful to P. He was very articulated. Pimps usually go from pimping to the church, and he came from the church into pimping and brought all that he learned from the church into pimping. So, and he'd tell you about the mistakes that he made, and anybody who just tell you about the wins and never tell you about the losses, they're just lying to you. They're just liars. My friend Casey would say, all the people would tell you about being rich, but they only give you so much information, but they won't actually tell you how to do it. They'll try to sell you a class, but that's nonsense. We all, for the most part, we know that's nonsense. They're trying to sell you a class on how to be. There's some guy that talked about that hustle in particular. But I digress. Well, I wasn't attacking people at the Metro Mall. And once again, Travis, you seem to have some kind of cognitive problem because, we're talking, what makes you think I'm pimping? Jesus Christ. I spend way too much time in a car to be pimping. So, all right, let's go back down. Absent-minded professor. What do you mean it's all about the heart? Race for pinks. My minis aren't particularly fast. I mean, I can run with any 300 horsepower car. The Audience of One is the title of this video. It's about Kennifer. I don't know what happened to Samara. Now that I would like to know. That I would like to know. No, I would never take the Metro Mall back. You still in Atlanta? I live in Atlanta, but I spend almost no time at home. Almost none. She was homeless and lost custody. Okay, that was way back in 2012. It is 2024. My favorite football team. Yeah, I've been a Denver Broncos fan, but I don't follow football. It's not an interest of mine. I should take whose number? I'm a courier. No, downtown Atlanta does not look the same. In fact, there's some kind of graffiti on the storm doors of the Metro Mall. They got parking on the street now, and I went last time I was, not the last time, but the time before that when I was home. I drove through downtown Atlanta, and I saw one or two dudes from they still on the block. They still standing on the block doing what they do. I was just like, wow, okay. Well, I don't know why you got to refer to Tanisha as Big Back Tanisha. It's been a while since I talked to Tanisha. What made me not want to have kids? I was never in a position to have kids. And then I don't do baby mamas. The only thing you could do, the only thing I would accept is the mother of my, the only thing you could ever be is the mother of my child, whether we were together or not. But if I couldn't do what I'm supposed to do, then why have children? And I think part of it, the women that I wanted didn't want me, and the women that wanted me, I didn't want. And so it never got together. It just never worked out. And I'm not mad about it either. I don't do DoorDash. What makes you think I do DoorDash? That's crazy. Did I have to use non-lethal force on someone? I tasered Simone. I tasered Marcus. So, and then I pushed you. That's not lethal force. Pushed a lot of people. So, that's not lethal force. Hold on. Y'all going too fast. Hold on. No, I didn't taser Deborah. I don't know where Fred is. Well, Dev, that's interesting. Now, that's interesting that you said that. You wanted women that was on a different level. So in my 20s, and I don't know how old you are, right? My ideal woman was Claire Huxtable. Well-educated and beautiful. Not pretty, not cute, beautiful. Just a good-looking woman that when she aged, she would still look good. Now, I made this decision when I was about 20, 18, 19, 20, somewhere around there, right? Had to be in college because being phrase spoke about it, right? So let's say 19, 20. So Jennifer in my 20s wouldn't have qualified at all, as an example. Beautiful, but I was looking for a highly educated woman like Claire Huxtable. Cheryl would have qualified. Not as beautiful, but Cheryl, I think Cheryl ended up being a lawyer. But I digress. So when I was about 30 years old, I pivoted. I looked at where I was financially, and I said, okay, let me try to get in where I fit in. So that's working class and, kind of like hood chicks. But we don't have the same interest at all whatsoever. And so it almost makes it impossible because we don't have the same interest. And so it kind of leaves you kind of stuck, especially since I wouldn't settle. And we're not even talking looks. I just wouldn't settle for any person. Because, and I got this, once again, the proper language brings instant clarity. When Chardonnay told D'Angelo Barksdale, when he was talking about how good she looked and this and that and the other, and she told him, it don't last forever. It don't last forever. So I said, that's the perfect language. I mean, I've been feeling that way, but that's the perfect articulation. That's why I can still remember it. You don't pick a woman on what she looks like because it won't last forever. So here's what I told Nakia in prison, right? So I got this from a pimp. Pimp says, listen, you don't teach a woman that your money is the most important thing, because if you do, when you don't have your money, and your money gets kind of funny, or she meets another man with more money than you, she's going to leave in both instances. So I draw a lot of parallels. So I told Nakia something like this. I said, you don't lead with your beauty, you don't lead with your sex appeal, and you don't lead with your sex. Because your beauty won't last forever. That means your sex appeal won't last forever. And because your body will change, the sex may change. You got to be the most important thing. You got to teach the woman that you're the most important thing, and that woman has to teach the man that he's the most important. I mean, that she's the most important thing. And so there's something else that I told Nakia, there's 3 L's and an R. So there's like, if you meet somebody, there's lust, like, respect, and love. Or it could be like, lust, respect, and love. The first 2 are interchangeable. Whichever one comes first. Respect. What is respect? I keep hammering away at this. It's to hold someone or something in high regard. I hold Jennifer in high regard, right? And then love. Well, Andre Bustamante from the internet, former CIA spy, says, about love in a rather academic, clinical way, says love is about trust, falling in trust. To fall in love is to fall in trust. You trust the people with your body, with who you are, with the most intimate details of who you are. Okay. I also say it's some undefinable attachment to a person, right? You gotta like them. You gotta have lust. I can't define like for you, but for me, lust is Pinky, and she's in the videos. Maybe only 1, maybe 2, 3, right? Very lustful attraction. I looked at Pinky and all I ever wanted to do was touch her. Unlike Jennifer, which was, who are you? What do you want? What are you about? What are you doing? Three or four, none of that involves sex. None of it. Looked at Krishana, like to touch her. Look at Pinky, like to touch her. Joanna, like to touch her. Didn't look at Jennifer that way at all. Who are you? What are you about? What do you want? What are you doing? No sex, right? So my thing is like, I have to be attracted enough to you to touch you. You don't have to be the most beautiful woman in the world. You can be the most average. In fact, there's some ugly women, some very unattractive women that I like. I didn't think Samara was particularly attractive woman. I did not ever think that she was a particularly attractive woman. But I was attracted to her. So that's what I'm talking about. All I have to do is be attracted enough to you to touch you, and then do I like who you are as a person? Do I respect who you are? Well, do I hold you in high regard? And by the way, respect is something that you not only earn, but you must maintain. So you can respect something today and lose something. You can respect a person today and lose respect for him tomorrow, which is different than being respectful, which is to be kind and courteous. And every time I say it, I'm going to drive it home because people keep interchanging these things when they shouldn't. So, yeah, that's just my general philosophy. And I just won't settle for the human being. I can settle for a lot of different things, Dev, but I won't settle for that. I won't, because what happens if you have a kid and it doesn't work out and you don't respect this person? You don't trust them to raise your kid, because y'all couldn't get along, and she's the main caretaker. And you don't respect the people, you don't respect her, so you won't respect the people that she may get involved with because you don't respect her. And you don't trust her judgment. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Right? So any woman that I've ever been involved with, never a bad breakup. Either faded out or, it just didn't work out. But I could always call them if I wanted to. So these are the things I'm talking about, man. I'm sorry. What do you mean ugly women are up your alley? Respect that you at least giving them a chance. I'm not giving them anything. I'm not giving them anything. I'm attracted to them. I just don't find them particularly attractive. Where Jennifer is like an overwhelming attraction. Just overwhelming. Just like, ah. And that's not even to say that Jennifer's the best looking woman on the planet. Halle Berry's still walking around this planet. Christina Milian is still walking around this planet. That chick right there. Woo. Cute and well-bodied, and put her in a room with Jennifer. She will be cute as hell, well-bodied, and she will not stand a chance against that woman. She won't stand it. Krista Milian looks better than a Thandie Newton. Will not stand a chance against Thandie Newton. Krista Milian looks better than Zoe Kravitz. Will not stand a chance against Zoe Kravitz. Krista Milian looks better than Zoe Saldana. Will not stand a chance against Zoe Saldana. And not at all. So, but she looks better than all of them. And Halle Berry is just, that's just, even in her 50s, Halle Berry is just like, Jesus Christ. This woman is just unreasonably attractive. Just, it's unreasonable. No one should look that damn good. Especially in their fucking 50s. But whatever. So I don't give anybody a chance. Grace Jones is not an attractive woman, and no interest. There's no such thing as a soulmate. That's silly. So for ugly women, I don't know. I mean, I met a woman, she wasn't my type at all. And I touched that woman. So if I touched that woman, I was willing to marry that woman. That was on my mind. If she's worth touching, she's worth keeping. If I don't want to keep her, I won't touch her. And I touched that woman. It did not work out. There's another woman that I touched. I wouldn't become a Jehovah's Witness. She has a whole different take on what we were doing together. I think she's delusional because it just doesn't tell the story that she wants to tell, that she doesn't like the way it looks. Right? It just, it's not the self-image of who she wanted to be, and how she pictured herself. But we spent every day together for a year and a half. And I didn't touch you because I didn't want to keep you. I definitely wanted to keep you. But I wouldn't become a Jehovah's Witness to keep you. So, I mean, it's those type of things, man. Oh, and that woman was particularly attractive too, but not the other one. And like I said, if I liked Samara, like I liked Kennifer, oh, Samara would be fine. But Samara wouldn't handle her problems. And I tell anybody, I've actually turned Samara down. Samara tried to seduce me once, and I just thought it wasn't a good idea. I didn't think it was a good idea. And I really wanted to touch Samara. I really wanted to touch Samara. And I would not do it. It was not a good idea. So, and I mean, really, if I'm not into you, or I'm like saying, I may want something, but I'm not committed to an ideal, you can stand butt naked in front of me and I won't touch you. I will not touch you. I could want to touch you. I could be mad when I leave that I didn't touch you, but I won't do it. Not if I'm not ready to, like, yep, this is, we are going to do this. This is a woman that I want. I won't do it. There is like zero benefit. I don't wear condoms, dog. So, and I don't worry about getting somebody pregnant. She gets pregnant, she don't get pregnant, it don't make me none. Because I laid down with you. I've already decided that you're a woman that I want to be with. So, whatever. I don't know what to tell you. Was Samara on drugs? Well, the last time I seen Samara, she wasn't looking right. Ooh, what about Moochie? Ooh, Moochie. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. Not that I didn't want to do it, but I wouldn't have done it. But that's a fairly good question. I hadn't thought about Moochie in a long time. Wow. Tanisha? I like Tanisha. Tanisha way too big. Tanisha didn't, way too big. I don't like big women, you know. Uh, yeah, busty Moochie is an understatement. That woman, ooh. Yeah, man. If you're in Atlanta, you're gonna pay more than kids catching that. That I don't sleep around, dog. I'll be honest with you. I don't. If she's not worth touching, she's not. I mean, if she's not worth keeping, she's not worth touching. And you'll avoid a lot of problems like that. You'll be able to, like, do I really, really want to be with this woman, or do I just want to get off? And stop attributing things to them that they didn't earn. Like a lot of people, if you're attracted to them, you like them, you attribute things to them that they have yet to prove. Or they're honest, or they're reliable, or they're of good character. Stop attributing things to them. I don't attribute things to people. In fact, one of the things about Kennifer was I was so attracted to her that I was always concerned that it was clouding my judgment because I was hyper attracted to this woman. It's like, it's like, why am I doing this? Yeah, that kind. I mean, it's not that I didn't trust her, but trust her. It was more that I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust my judgment, and now I can trust my judgment because I have a totally different perspective when it comes to her. So, and I'm not, like I said, I just want to talk to her. I'm not trying to actually get with her. It's a lovely ideal. I mean, it's a lovely dream. I mean, it's a very pleasant thought. Uh, but I could talk to her and be like, just nah, this ain't this. She ain't that. The goal is just to talk to her, not actually to get with her. So I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Oh no, Deborah Dunbar should not be the one for you. Half the women down there were bust downs and they were built like men. No. Man, I wish I had my other phone. So Pinky, fantastic figure. Just woo. Then Mia. Don't look good in the videos, but if you ever been to her Facebook page, you're like, oh, Mia. And then there was Quanisha. And then there was Joanna. Then there was Danisha. She catch her around Rick's booth. She was about 19, 20. Quanisha was about 20. I got a picture of I got a still image of Lakeisha. Very good looking woman. Who else? There's all kinds of women walking through there who would, but they're all young. They were like 18, 19, 20, 21. Shit. Vivi, the chick that Fred was dealing with, kind of screamed on her. You see that woman smile? You take all those freaking tattoos off her face, and her smile was that dynamic, and that was a very good looking woman. She was busty. She ain't had nothing happening behind her. I mean, that ass wasn't as flat as a board, but it was kind of it just wasn't working. Moochie's a cute chick. And there's some other people. I just don't even know their names. I can see their faces, but I don't know their names. And then, and I could point out a couple of chicks who I knew were prostitutes in my videos that looked fucking fantastic. I mean, that chick was, and you could see when she made some money how much better her presentation became. Like, she made some money. So yeah, man, dude, no, they weren't bust downs, man. They, poor people are just poor. They're poor, and maybe some of those people down there were impoverished. But you give them a little money, you sprinkle a little cash on them, and dude, they look fine. They're perfect. Not this one. So, I don't know, man. I maybe next time I do this, I should probably hook up with Dev. Dude, I can see past. I mean, like, dude, I'm listening to your commentary. I mean, I'm reading your comments, and I'm like, it shows me how young you are. I bet, just, if you can't see past what they have on, then you're foolish. You're foolish. Because I could take that same woman and put her in a whole different set of clothing, and you never seen her before, and get her hair done. You'd be like, oh shit, she hot as hell. Nakia, who was 17 in 2012, running around telling everybody she was 20. Um, I don't know if I put that picture on my Instagram where she's in a dress. You take all those tattoos off her body, and she looks completely different. She looks completely different. You take Quanisha and you dress her completely different. The girl looks good. She looked good. People say, somebody said Kennifer looks better now than she did then. I say Kennifer looks older now, but I'm still just as attracted to her. But you can see the money. She's got a few more dollars, so you can see the money. And Pinky, she just a hard looking chick, but not an ugly one by no stretch of the imagination. She just looked like she'd been through some things, but it's a good looking woman. Fantastic physique. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you think everybody has to be like Beyonce or Halle Berry or Christina Milian or whatever hot chick is now. I mean, you could look at Glorilla. Glorilla with no money and Glorilla with money. Two different looking chicks, same woman. They look different. Cardi B with no money, Cardi B with money. Oh, yeah. Same chick. I don't know what to tell you. Megan Thee Stallion, who everybody said looked like a man, I didn't understand. But now they say, oh, she lost a few pounds, so she looked more like a woman. She looked like a woman then. But, shit. A few pounds, and all of a sudden they looking at her differently. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Your view is limited. You need to, I don't know, do what you want. I think you're dumb. What's up, Noah? Paris was nice. Who'd been to Paris? Atlanta street interviews. I know the guy can contact me. I did see one about some chick who tried prostitution and didn't like it. Her sister or something like that got her into prostitution. She did it once or twice and said she wasn't feeling it. She was homeless or something. I was like, Jesus Christ. Metro Atlanta. I live in Metro Atlanta, but I spend no time in Metro Atlanta. I don't know. They said she had breast cancer at once. When I, you talk about Simone that I tasered, Cali Kid TV. I think she's still alive. I don't know if Bruce around. I don't think he's not working. I am not a Superman. I don't know. Trump 2024. Well, whatever. I shouldn't be one of your heroes. I hate heroes. I don't really like them. I respect people who do their jobs. Do your job. You agreed to do it. Do your job. Better than a hero. I don't know. You can look these people up on your own. I mean, their names are there. Just Google search. See what you can find. I don't look them up. Phil Humphrey. It's time to pattern My time at the Metro Mall? I don't know what that means. Oh, that 20-year-old. So I don't know what happened to that 20-year-old Jamarian Hall. And I was never interested in I was never interested. She's the one who hooked me up. She's the one who got Kennifer to go out with me, Jamarian. That one got Kennifer to go out with me. So I just don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Who's Michelle? Oh, you know what? If you're talking about that brown-skinned chick, Michelle, that was in the black top with the camouflage pants, that was a good-looking chick, boy. But she was probably doing some things she shouldn't have been doing. Nah, bro, your goal is to talk, then the goal will change after that. Just move. I don't know if it'll change. I really don't know if it'll change. I may not even, people, I don't take it for granted that I will. I'm not. It's been an evolution over the years. But I'm not really the same. I need a white girl. You can tell by my personality that sis is too strong for me. I don't know if that's the case. And strong, I don't consider them to be too strong. I mean, you're gonna have Bonehound 45. You are really gonna have to flesh that out. Who is Toa? Who's Tosh? Who are you talking about? All right, let me go, because I'm not going all the way back. I've been doing this for way too long. Goddamn, it's dark outside. I don't need a white chick. I'm not going to get a white chick. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to go to the Philippines. Instagram, dog. I mean, shit, you see my videos on Instagram. And why you want to reach me privately, Dev? James Harden, I have 18 years to... Yeah, dude, I mean, okay, so I'm 57. So the average man lives to be 70 to 75. Right? Black men may be 70, but 75, right? So we'll just exclude black and white. 70 to 75. I'm 57. So 57 to 70 is 13 years, and then 5 more to 75. And nobody likes to talk about death, but you ain't gonna be here forever. Listen, something else that I learned from the internet. Time is infinite. Time, you got plenty of time, because time will not stop. It's always there. What you're losing is energy. You don't have the energy. You're running out of energy. You're not running out of time, because time will always be there. What you're doing is you're running out of energy. So as you get older, you get slower. You don't have as much energy. You don't want to expend as much, whatever energy you have. You slow down because you're running out of energy. Now, that's a very active senior citizen. They may be very active. Yeah, compared to what they were 20 or 30 years earlier. And they're moving a whole lot slower than what they did. They still may be very active, still may get out and get around and do all kinds of things, but not like they did when they was 40 or 30. So you just run out of energy until you have no energy left. And when you have no energy left, you're dead. So, and I'm realistic about how long I have to be here. 13 to 18 years, man. That's it. And those aren't even guaranteed. Nobody likes to think about that. I think you should probably get a yardstick, because the visualization will help you. Get a yardstick, and if you're 36 years old, at 36, either tape or take a marker and black out 36 all the way down to 0. Now, the yardstick stops at 72 inches. Okay. You get another yardstick if you want to, right? And have it go up to 80 if you feel like you're going to live to 80 or whatever. But look how many few years you have left on that yardstick. How many inches you have left on that yardstick. And you'd be like, oh, whoa. There's not a lot of space left on this yardstick. Yeah. Not a lot of time left, and you're losing energy and how well you function as you get older. Look at the older people in your family, right? See how they move. See what their interests are. Understand that you will be different, but not too far, but not too different. Not as different as you think you're going to be. I'm just telling you what it is. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it should be talked about. Maybe you'll give younger people a more sense of urgency about getting older. And I think I got this from the Lots. I don't know where he got it from. I think it was the Sheik. You got to figure you're going to be older longer than you're going to be younger. Never a truer statement. Very true. Do you want to live to be 80? You're just assuming that you're going to be fully functional at 80, that you're just going to be able to get up and walk around and do things, and you may not be. Well, you're going to die, right? Death is guaranteed, 100%. No one gets out of this life alive. and this divorce attorney used to do hospice care. You can't take the stuff with you. And he said most of the people on their deathbed talked about people and things they had done. They never talked about things. You can't take it with you. You can't take the money with you. You're going to die. Somebody else is going to have your stuff, or it's going to end up in the trash. My father died. The family, I didn't take any of his stuff. I thought, like, man, he just died. Y'all just splitting up his stuff like that. Well, yeah, Daddy would want us to have it. It sat wrong with me. I didn't like it. And my mother has dementia, and I've been storing her stuff. And last year, I went to storage, and a lot of that stuff in there was hers. And I just, I didn't have any use for it, and I threw it out. And then someplace I got some more, and I just threw it out because I didn't have any use for it, and that it hurt my soul. It hurts my soul. But realistically, I only got 13 to 18 years left, man. None of this stuff makes a difference. None of it. Would you be immortal if you had the chance? No, I don't think so. I mean, if everybody else is going to die around you, I think you would become more reckless if you were immortal. Your dad died at 63. Huh. It's not guaranteed, man. And then you got some of his stuff. Maybe your sister got some of his stuff. Your mother got some of his stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. And then the rest of it you just got rid of. And then I think somebody said, you know, you miss him until one day you don't. You talk about him every day until one day you don't. And that's true. My Aunt Joan died. I went to the funeral. I drove back, 500 miles to the barracks. And I had been at the funeral 2 or 3 days before, and something happened on base. And I went to pick up the phone to call my Aunt Joan, and then I realized that I couldn't call her. I realized that she was dead. That hurt my soul. And I thought about it for a long time until one day I didn't. I tell everybody, somebody you love dies. It just affects you. A lot of people may show up to the funeral. It's past the macaroni and cheese and the greens, and the stories will be shared and people are having conversations until, man, I'm sorry for your loss. Honey, I'm sorry for your loss. I gotta go to work, so, tomorrow, so, I'm just, and that's just the way it is, man. Where's Kennifer? In the chats. Well, if that's Kennifer needs to hit me in the, because I don't know who this is. Once again, I don't know who this is. Y'all think it's Kennifer. I don't think it's Kennifer. I don't think it's Kennifer at all. If Kennifer wants to talk to me, she can send me a message. She can DM me. And I don't think Kennifer's married either. But I digress. All right. It's been such a long time. I think it's a troll too. It ain't Kennifer. It ain't Kennifer. I can't, Am I ex-military? Yeah, I'm ex-military. Yeah. So your granddad lived to be 87. Was he fully functional at 87? Could he just... Was he, I don't know if ambulatory is the right word. Could he walk around? Could he take care of himself? Um, I don't know how Fred's doing. No, I've never seen the Smith Boys. You, Marcel Cardis, I don't know why I remember, but you were particularly, sir, judgmental about something. About the youngins, or you would whoop my ass, or some shit about California. I don't know. I remember, more than the name, I remember the face. I'm a courier, Jay. Am I back in Detroit? Why do people think that I live in Detroit? I live in Atlanta. I spend no time there. I am in the Midwest, though. Who all died from the Metro Mall? Well, I don't know of its entirety. I know. So there was a fight at the back of the mall where Fred broke it up, said, please don't tase him. That gay guy died in a car crash. Terry Bloodsaw died, they say, of natural causes. Juicy got shot in the back of a police car and died. There was an argument with Barry and Tanisha over some money that Barry owed Fred. Barry's dead. Danny Marshall went to prison for murder, life without the possibility of parole. He's effectively dead. David Diesel Slaughter Clay, or whatever, same sentence. He's effectively dead. Dominique, he's dead. Fuck. I can't remember his name. He died. Somebody killed him last year. He's dead. I can see his face. I can't remember his name. He was over there off of Old Nat, that notorious townhomes. I mean, atrocious those things are. I'm surprised anyone still lived in them. Somebody else. I'm missing somebody. Oh, Tammy got killed. I think the story was she went over some girl's house because she was messing with her dude, and I guess she got aggressive and old girl killed her. But there's still somebody else missing. So I say about 8 people died from that channel. I can think of 7, but I'm thinking I'm missing one. And this is just what I know of. Oh, I couldn't find an obituary, but someone said they seen it. What kind of question to ask if I care about Fred? I don't want anybody to do bad. I generally want people to be all right. Like, even the people that I did not like down there, I want them to be all right. I don't want them in prison. I don't want them struggling. I want them to be all right. Somebody said, Jackie Evans. No, not Evans. That's the wrong person. Jacqueline Schumacher. Like, like there's a online video of her funeral service on YouTube. Uh, but I can find nothing else stating that she's died. And then some people seem to think that Red is dead. James Red, whatever his last name is. But then somebody said last week that they had seen him on the train. So I don't know. His name is too common. And so if I can't look it up and verify it somehow, or I don't hear it from somebody who I think is a reliable source, I don't believe it. But yeah, about 10 people, seven actually dead that I can confirm, and then two who are effectively dead because they're going to spend at least 30 years in prison, and they'll be coming out when they're about 60 years old. So, and what did I just say? 70, 75. So they maybe got 15 years of life left, and that's the best years of your life. I don't know what happened to Rick. Oh, Smith Brothers died. Yeah, so, okay, that's 8 people. Okay, 8 people confirmed, and she died of cancer. I didn't consider her part of that nonsense, but okay. I don't know what happened to Frank. Frank got a job, I do believe, but I don't keep up with him, so I don't know. No, do I regret the Metro Mall job? No, dude, the Metro Mall job has literally paid me more than any other job that I ever worked. I mean, seriously, it has done wonders for me, and it's kind of expanded me a little, but it's also held me under constraints. But no, I don't regret it. There's no way in the world I regret it. I don't know what happened to Rick. His name is I should know his name by heart. Rick. I can't remember his last name. If I had his last name, I'd give it to you. You can look it up yourself. But I can't remember it. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know what happened to Frank. Well, they didn't pay me anything weekly, but I made somewhere between $500 and some odd dollars. 500 and sometimes above. I don't know what happened to Memphis, and you're spelling Tanisha wrong. I hope they're good. Who's Jaguar? Ooh, Jaguar. What do you know about Jaguar? She's got 2 or 3 kids. Alex is dead if we're talking about the gay guy. He died in a car accident. I don't know. I'm not giving you my Cash App. I don't know who you are. I do like Tanisha. I don't know where Fred is. I don't know what's going on with Bobby Cumming. And what do you know about Jaguar? I mean, because she couldn't have been in but one video where people think I was trying to get at her and I wasn't trying to get at her. You work for Hood Gang. You know what? It's Alabama, son. I don't know if you're black or white. The rules could be different if you're black or white. You need a recorder's book. I want you to go talk to a lawyer. Right? I want you to go talk to a lawyer. And I think it's a recorder's book. So you want the recorder's book, for all the case law that you can use in court for Alabama, right? I want you to find out whichever federal district court there is. I think, is it the 11th Circuit that covers Georgia and Alabama? You want to find out what federal district court there is, federal district court that covers Alabama. And you want to see their published case law. Published case law is case law that you can use, right? Then you want to start reading statutes. Then you want a copy of your post orders if you work for a security company. You can do what's in those post orders. You cannot go above or beyond those. If you go above or beyond those, you're definitely on your own. You're probably on your own anyway, but you're definitely on your own. And whatever paper thin protection that you have, and I do mean paper thin protection, is in those post orders. So you don't actually work for the gas station, or do you? Are you employed by the gas station? Or are you employed by a security company working at the gas station? If you're employed by a security company working at the gas station, you work for the security company. If it's not in those post orders, you can't do it. I don't care what the manager or whoever's on duty says. You can't do it. But even above beyond that, you should have a camera that you control. And they may not be Axon body cameras, but you can find them. You can find a body camera that you can use, because you always want it to be your word versus the video, but be very mindful. It's a double-edged sword. It can cut you just as well as it can cut them, because you're not on the team, right? You're not on the team. You're not even junior varsity. So whatever that camera catches can be used against them, but it can also be used against you. So it behooves you to know as much as you possibly can. Case law, statutes. You want to talk to an attorney so you can get that published case law for Alabama. You want published case law for federal district court that covers Alabama, because that case law from Alabama and that district court takes precedent unless there's a Supreme Court ruling. So I think the 9th Circuit covers Louisiana, Texas, and someplace else. I don't know if it goes to Alabama. It could be the 9th Circuit Court. Their rulings doesn't hold as much weight because that's not your district court. Your district court holds weight in your district more so than anything else other than the Supreme Court. See, you got to learn how to navigate this stuff. And then it's always, what area are you in? What's the constituency? Are they more liberal? Are they more conservative? Are you black? Are you white? There's the social politics of it all. There's a lot of things that you have to consider. And I tell people, you can't do the things that I do unless you know the things that I know. There's a podcast that you should probably watch called Strict Scrutiny. These are 3 liberal women. I know the 2 white women are definitely law professors. I'm not sure about the black woman, but she may be a law professor, but she's also practicing law. 2 of them have written books. And even though they're liberal, you're going to learn about the Supreme Court. And, that's really the best that I can do for you right now. Damn. Why would you lose respect for Atlanta Police Department? That's 12 years ago. The fact that Barack Obama was president has no bearing. Predicated. You spelled it wrong, but I got you. Oh, that's not true. A majority of those people aren't in prison. That's not true. A lot of them aren't dead. Why would you ask if I was drunk? And I don't know who you're talking about. I remember Angelsaurus. I can't pronounce that. I'd rather be stuck with a black woman. Why would I be stuck with a black bear? A black bear is gonna kill me. I don't know where Enrique is. Why would I know $5 pieces? Damn, boy. Y'all do watch these videos, don't you? There are companies that don't give post orders. What company is that? You can't listen. If you want to protect yourself legally, you need post orders. You don't need spoken post orders, because you could do something and then they could turn around and tell you, I didn't tell them that. I didn't tell them he could do that. So they're going to protect themselves. They're going to protect you. Yeah, I remember the video. Like y'all watch the videos. I don't go back and watch this stuff. And this phone's about to die, actually. So when the phone dies, I guess that's the end of the conversation. Goddamn McFarland, huh? You people got jokes, man. I swear to God, you people got jokes. What the hell's going on with this thing right here? See, Alaska, I can't. I don't know what happened to McFarland. I suspect that, he's retired. I mean, he had retired from NYPD when he was in the videos. So I respect that he's done. Who's Dante? I don't know who's Dante. Who are you talking about? His name wasn't Alex. I know who you're talking about. He was going to some college, I believe, out in Clayton County. I can't remember his name. All right, I've been doing this for like 2 hours. I don't know what happened to old boy across the street. Wendell Lowe. There you go. That's the guy whose name who got killed. I couldn't remember. I'm not a hero. I just did my job. I don't like heroes. I respect people who do their jobs. Heroes can do a thing or not do a thing. People who agree to do a job and do a job, even in difficult situations, those are people that have my respect. Like the guy in Buffalo who at the Tops supermarket, which I have been to because I'm from Buffalo. I've been in that Tops many times on Jefferson and Utica Street. And the guy was in there with an assault rifle, and he took him on with a handgun, and he got killed. Everybody says he was a hero. I'm like, nah, he just did his job. He's not a hero. He did his job. I respect the guy who did his job much more, because a hero don't have to act. Guy who did his job. Wasn't there a school shooting in Texas where a bunch of police officers didn't want to go into the building? They didn't do their job. You would have called them heroes if they went and did their job. See, a hero can act and not act. A person who agrees to do their job and does their job, that's the guy that I want. That's the woman that I want. I don't want a hero. Because heroes may act or may not act. But a person with character and integrity says, I agreed to do this job no matter what the obstacles, what the difficulties, what the challenges. I agreed to do this thing, and so I'm going to do this thing. Yeah. That's the person I want. That's the person I'm going to stand by. Was counseling young bloods about their life? Sure, it's a part of the job, man. It's a part of the job. It's a part of the job. You give them some perspective, maybe you're not having the same kind of problems because you gave them some perspective. So I consider me giving you perspective part of the job. I don't have, how many of you people on YouTube do not answer their comments, who do not respond to people's comments? You go to lots of YouTube channels and nobody's responding in the comments, so they may respond to a few. I am all over my comments section trying to set the record straight. I don't have to do that. But I consider it a part of my job. Even now, trying to add to people's perspective, even though this video was only really had an audience of one. It's only really made for Kennifer. This whole thing is about Kennifer, right? I'm sitting here trying to add to people's perspective constantly. Respect is this. Try to look at things this way. This is what I learned from the internet. I'm trying to use language that brings immediate clarity. People say things and always imply, but sometimes you have to say the most obvious so people can really get a good understanding. My favorite example is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But shit, did you ask the horse if it was thirsty? Because if it ain't thirsty, it ain't going to drink. The benefit of leading a horse to the water, even if you can't make it drink, is that it'll have the information on where the water is when it does get thirsty. But for now, it ain't thirsty, so it ain't going to drink. And hell, it may never be thirsty. It may drink from another watering hole. You don't know. But you can't make a horse drink if it ain't thirsty. And that should be the entire saying. You can't lead a horse to water. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But hell, did you ask if it was even thirsty? Because if it's not thirsty, it's not going to drink. Okay. Reggie Miller. Yeah. He killed like 4 people in 3 seconds. Who killed who? What are you talking about? He got baby mama issues. Hopefully he doesn't have baby mama issues prime time. Hopefully he has, problems with the mother of his children. Because she's not a baby mama. Hopefully she's a mother. Did she have scoliosis? You talking about Stacy Nika? Oh, Stacy, I've been on her Facebook page. She's around. She's still around. Me and Stacy Nika. Am I from Ohio? No. I'm from New York State. What crackhead lady with the crackhead baby son? What are you talking about? I don't miss Kennifer. We never had a relationship to where I would actually miss her. But she is the only woman that ever motivated me to do more. Well, Terrence, you did it for 4 years, and I'm glad you're out of it. No, the whole YouTube channel wasn't made for Kennifer. This damn video is about Kennifer. I said what I needed to say about Kennifer, and now I'm doing something different. I would like to do a podcast about what I learned on the internet. I really would. I need the right person. It has to be the right chemistry. What's going on, Tulsa? Yeah, but I don't know if he went to, that happened in Clayton County. And I don't even know. Well, okay, Amber killed Patrick. If that's who you actually are. So if you want to find out who's in prison and you know their actual name, now you can't find, it's harder to find out in county jail because they changed the laws. I mean, you can still find out, but you really have to know who you're looking for. But you can go to look up Georgia State inmate. And if you know their name, you can punch in their name and you can see if they're in prison. So if you went to Google, punch in Georgia State inmate, webpage will come up. You have to click once or twice, go through something. And it'll say last name, then first name, then race. You don't have to put in the race. And so say David Clay, put in Clay David or David Clay, whichever one it is, I can't remember. Right? And click search and David Clay will come up. Put in Danny Marshall, Danny. I don't know if that's the way you spell it. Marshall. He'll come up. And then you can put in some other people and their names may come up and it may not. Sometimes it won't come up or if they're not in. Other times it will come up that they have been in but their status is no longer active. That's how you check. Deborah may be worth keeping, just not for me. Yeah, T baby, I got kinds of stuff. I don't know about the kind of stuff that you're looking for coming out of the metro. I got some stuff. It's old enough now. I hate going through that stuff. But there's a couple of more incidents at the apartment complex where old girl was drunk. I don't know if you watched that video. Where old girl was drunk. You have to watch the whole video. I got part 2, but there's other things that happened at that apartment complex. I didn't stay there long. I left, and because that's the year that I was just like, okay, my license is clear enough, and I went into trucking. But I got a few more incidents, stuff that may interest you out of there, because y'all seem to like that calamity. But the backstories at the Metro Mall are just as important as everything else that I post. Unfortunately, if you're not from Atlanta or you're not from the South and you're first starting to listen to that dialect, man, you got to listen to that stuff so much until it just starts to make sense after a while. Like, what? What do you say? What? Like, I think I said what the first 6 months I was in Atlanta more than I ever said what in my life. What? What are you saying? What? Huh? What? What is he saying? Is that what he said? Really? Oh, shit. Okay. But once you get past that, oh, okay, then what they're saying starts to make sense. I could transcribe all that stuff. I have the software to do it. Right now, I have the time to do it. I shouldn't have the time. But man, it's so much effort. It's so much effort to transcribe that nonsense. It takes so long. Ronan Apache, I tell my new officer to eat CB your channel. What are you saying, dog? Well, the Metro Mall is closed. It shouldn't be on your bucket list. Do you still think about it? You think, what dude with the long hair? What dude are you talking about? I have no idea who you're talking about. David Lowe and his mom. Okay. You motivated me to be tough, stand on business, and do the work. I'm not tough. Huh. I got you in the security. Greg Meyer, I had a plate carrier with level 4 plates in it. What does that mean? They're ceramic too. They stop a couple of 306s at 25 yards. They didn't go low enough. I didn't get the extended plate. At the time, they cost me $400 a plate or $200 a plate. I can't remember, plus the plate carrier. There's plenty of information out there, about vests. So I would just, what kind of rounds do you want to be able to stop? And how long do you want it to be? And how much money do you want to spend? And how much flexibility that you have? Them damn ceramic plates were heavy. They were heavy. But now if you shot me with an AK-47 at 25 yards or 20 yards, oh, I'm sure it'd break a rib or something. But it would not penetrate that plate carrier. It could take 2 or 3 shots, and it would not penetrate those plates. So, okay, let me go down to the end of this comment section. Oh, man. We're running out of power here, so. You sent the Cash App. How you gonna send the Cash App? You could think it may not be me. Have I been to Baltimore? Man, the first time I was in the police sting, I was in Baltimore, dog. I drove up on this corner. I was behind this car in my Honda Del Sol. And then I was just sitting there, and I mean, like, I just stopped the car, and then, like, in a second, there was like 20 cops, man, at this car in front of me. I don't know where the fuck they came from. I was like, holy, what the hell's going on here? I was like, God damn, where these motherfuckers come from? Oh. I hope that helps. I hope that helps a lot of people. I mean, some people out, Greg. Johnny's, Kennifer never dated Jay. What makes you think Kennifer dated Jay? I've never been prosecuted. I mean, I've been prosecuted. I've never been convicted of anything that I ever did down at the Metro Mall. Keep telling people I was immune from prosecution. I won that case. I was immune from prosecution. I wrote the motion for the dismissal. My public defender brokered something. He said, listen, he used my own logic against me. He said, listen, we can get a guarantee victory if you do X, Y, and Z. So I did X, Y, and Z, but I'd never been convicted. Even if I took it to trial, I wouldn't have been. I was immune from prosecution. I was immune from prosecution. I wrote the motion for my immunity hearing, and that's where the case stopped. It stopped at the immunity hearing. He brokered a deal because I couldn't get the video to play on the damn fucking Samsung tablet I had at the time, piece of crap tablet. But listen, they couldn't win. They couldn't win. Even when the judge asked the question, they wanted to see the contract. I gave them the contract. They couldn't win. I was immune from prosecution. The contract was good. And even if they had came up there and tried to say something different, I had enough video to impeach their testimony. Listen, dude, like I tell people, you can't do the things that I did unless you know the things that I know. And then the laws of your state have to allow you to do the things at the time that I did at the time, right? The laws of Georgia now, especially with citizen arrest law, has changed. But they didn't change 16.3-24 or 16-3-24.2. But I wouldn't want to be the test case for that. Right? Those statutes stand, so I can push you out the mall. Even now, with those two statutes, I can push you out the mall. Boom, get out the door. Boom, do this. Boom, do that. But now some of that stuff that I did outside of the mall, that you would take on more liability, and then there's no statute or case law that would protect you because the statute changed. And so it says that you can't you can't arrest anymore for crimes or felonies, as far as I know. I had to go back and read that statute. And so that's changed. So if you can't arrest, you could never detain anyway. Only the police can detain. So, and you can't arrest because the laws changed. So things that I did outside the mall, you probably wouldn't be able to, well, you wouldn't be able to do now. If you tried to do them, you would be a test case trying to win. And that I would want no part of. I would want to be the first case about none of that. No, sir. No, sir. So can you stop, if you saw some woman getting raped, can you stop it? Probably so. Like, you can stop them. Can you take them into custody? Or just arresting somebody is just to let them know that they're not free to move. I don't actually have to take physical custody of you. I can just keep you, say, put you in a corner and just keep you there. The answer is actually, by statute, no, you cannot. But now, would somebody prosecute you in that instance? Yeah, you witness some woman getting raped, probably not. You witness somebody getting robbed, it would have to be a violent felony for you not to get prosecuted. And then not even, but there's no guarantee of that. Anything less than a violent felony, I would not have anything to do with in Georgia, because they took away your power to arrest as a private citizen. Well, one, I've got this phone. I got an iPhone 15, an iPhone 13 mini, and an iPhone 12 mini, an iPhone 7, an iPhone SE. I got a tablet, an iPad mini, and an iPad Pro. My Cash App is only on my iPhone 13 mini, and I do not have it in my possession. I'm on my iPhone 15. They're not in prison. What you mean no one puts baby in the corner? What are you talking about? I'm doing fine, Angry Whitaker 47. Oh, I have no idea if that guy ever got a slot machine back, dog. Oh, okay. Stupid here. All right, listen, man, I've been doing this for a long time. Listen, I appreciate you people watching. I'll do this again, say February 1st. Have your questions ready then. Okay? I appreciate you. And hey, Dev, I'll check the Cash App when I get back to the office. And you find me on Instagram, Darren Long's GRSE, and hit me up there, and I'll let you know what the hell goes on. All right then. I'm out this bitch, man. I'll see you later.